Hello, everybody. I think we are live. Um,
Did you turn
Welcome.
the sound on?
Yeah,
The
unmute
sound.
the
Yeah, we are unmuted. I remembered. I'm very proud of me. Um, Welcome to HumbleRoads, where we play Dungeons and Dragons every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, East Coast, because that's where we are. Uh, what do we got going on? I feel like every week I ask people what's going on in their lives, and everyone's like, "Well, we're all stuck inside, so nothing."
I got my schedule for teaching today and I start in a week.
Hmm. That's exciting.
That's not last minute at all.
Hmm. Josh already started. Josh, the DM for our Monday night games, he already started teaching.
Did he?
Yeah, they started this week, so he's
Wow.
already in the thick of it.
Wonderful.
Uh,
I discovered today that you can get staples if you through Instacart. That was a good find if anybody out there needs their back to school supplies.
Staples like the store or the
Mm-hmm.
item? Oh, okay.
Yes, the store.
Hmm. It's a good time of year for that. Um, cool. Anyone else? Anyone else living life, loving what they're doing?
I took today and tomorrow off.
That's
So I get a
Wow.
5-day weekend.
That's awesome.
I
Sweet.
start classes again tomorrow or Tuesday, I think classes start. So I'm taking a little hallelujah break.
yeah, that's very nice to do. I know some people at my work have tomorrow off, and I'm very, very, very jealous of them. All right. I think we're good to go. We can get into this whole thing that we do here. Um, will the great and wonderful Pua be recapping again for us?
I don't have a whole lot written down because we fought a demon.
Well, that's a big thing, though.
Well, I feel like it took most of the time, is what I'm saying.
Sure. Well, just
All right.
tell the people what happened in
We
case
fought
they
a
missed it.
demon. We went back to that place that we were staying that I can't remember the name of.
Reach.
The Reach.
The Reach.
And then we ate and slept and got cleaned up. And we met with Walden.
And Walden fucked us.
Walter! I hate that.
And we all tried to intimidate Walden. Didn't work very well. And wait, didn't you steal something from him?
We stole the paper he'd written his name on.
Yeah, we stole his signature so that we can make our own letter. And then
we threw up a lot.
We did throw up a lot during the battle.
A lot.
Yes. Yeah,
and
there
then
was a lot of that going on.
My last note, though I can't say that I know what it's referring to because I really don't remember, says back on the road, stinky, stinky. Did we encounter something smelly?
You are back on the road towards the Older Heart. That is correct. You have a 4-day journey.
We missed some bats. We almost got attacked.
We almost got attacked by bats.
Yep, a good perception check and some quick moving helped you guys not have to fight another couple flocks of ember bats.
Why did I write stinky, stinky?
That is maybe something happening IRL in or around your space.
No.
Was cat gas passed to your human nose? I don't know.
The demon fart?
The demon had been farting, and the demon was stinky, stinky, but that wasn't at the end of...
I just wrote back on the road, stinky, stinky.
It's probably Eliza.
Good times.
Eliza just
That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
Well, turn level 2.
Yeah.
Level 2.
Oh yeah.
We leveled up.
Yes, that
wasn't stinky, stinky either. So I don't know.
Did it like autocorrect to stinky, stinky?
Ooh, I mean, I'm typing on a computer. I don't think that happens that way.
I know my Google Docs always try to tell me
that you're stinky, stinky.
Yeah.
Damn you, Google Docs.
You stop that Google Docs.
Okay.
Yeah, stinky on the road.
Well, the Stinky Stinkies are walking along the road eastward towards the Older Heart, the largest city in the Humblewood, um, to deliver your message, which we'll see if you remember your message by the time you get there, by the way. BT dubs, that's what you're doing, in case you're wondering. Um,
The burnt
uh,
up.
I don't remember that.
it is
Ugh.
about midday in your first day of um, travel. Rather consistently, you keep finding uh, burned edges of this wood and smell of just cinders, sometimes at a distance, sometimes far too close for comfort. As we know, the scorched grove is continuing to expand um, and burn through more and more of the wood. Um, as you are going, let me know what your marching order is. What's our order as we're going? And remember, you have Eliza with you too, who is pulling her cart.
I think we had left it with Rin to Benson to, I think, Pua, Eliza, Q. I think is how we had it before.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds right.
That sounds right. Okay.
Eliza wouldn't let me ride in her cart.
That's true. You did swipe something.
You did try.
Yeah.
Seeing as it is a hand cart, that is.
I have hollow bones. Come on.
That's true. That's
So
true.
low.
Yeah, birdfolk would be way lighter, right? With those way lighter than the humble folk. Um, all right.
Except me, because I'm very small.
So Rin, you're at the front of the line. What I want you to do is roll a d8 for me.
You do.
Sure.
Okay, never mind. Didn't I?
It's terrible. I'm so sorry.
Okay. At that, you pass most of the rest of the day largely without any other encounters. You do a couple times pass by some people sitting at the side of the road as they're sitting taking a rest, looking rather um, beaten up on their own, singed pieces of clothing, right? Coughing, almost as they're trying to get soot out of their lungs, right? You're finding people that are refugees from some of the small villages in the outskirts of the way here. More humble folk in this area than bird folk, um, but that have made their way south and east, probably flocking to the Older Heart themselves, trying to escape this continued onslaught of the burning wood. Um, but the rest of the day for you passes rather uneventful. You make a good amount of distance ahead, um, and as the day turns to night and twilight has taken, um, you find yourselves at a point where you may want to rest for the evening, although I wouldn't dare assume anything.
We do have our special shelter we could use.
Let's try it. Let's try it.
Okay. Did we decide on a word for this thing, DM?
Don't ask me. That you got the magic item. I don't remember honestly if you came up with a word for it.
All right. Well, I imagine that I'm gonna have it on like the same little necklace that my holy symbol's on. So I'm just gonna like take it off, put my little necklace thing back on, and I'm gonna put it on the ground and say treehouse.
Okay.
The magic word is treehouse.
I love it.
Hope we don't accidentally trigger that one to the Elder Heart.
Yes, certainly. So, Pua takes out this little intricate little design made of metal that looks like a nest with a claw holding it up, puts it on the ground, and as she says the word treehouse, it slowly starts to expand and unfold. And all of a sudden, it's the size of, a good big salad bowl. And then it goes and expands. You all jump as it goes under your feet. And all of a sudden, you're all thrown back a little bit as it starts to lift you up. I want everyone to make a dex saving throw.
Did we just plant this in the middle of the road?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
Pua 21, nice.
Wait, a dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw.
ooh, scary wolf.
Wow, okay. Good rolls, everyone.
Benson.
Q got a 15, Rin got a 23. And Benson gets a 12. Yeah, absolutely.
What about
Benson,
Eliza?
Oh,
that
no.
is true.
I hope she falls.
13,
Oh.
no. Benson and Eliza a little less gracefully than the lot of you, but are able to kind of keep your footing as you are raised extremely quickly up into the ground. Dirt that has been displaced just pours from the sides as you are lifted 30 feet into the air. As this tree entirely takes up the width of the road.
Yeah.
And then some. Even some trees that were on the side that were slightly smaller start to bow as the ground beneath them is shifted with this tree rising
Ow.
up. You now have...
Does the tree root into the ground?
It does indeed, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it is pulled in. Those roots kind of dig in and extend a ways off, mostly underground, though you can see some of the roots above. Very stable, has definitely left its mark. You believe it will go away the next day because you can use this every day. However, the area where it was is definitely quite disturbed. And there will definitely be trace left that you were here. And for tonight, if anyone is trying to get by on the road, it will be impassable because there's a freaking tree.
We can charge like a fee to help
We
them
could-
around the tree.
Yeah. We could be like gnomes.
Like a troll.
A troll! That's the
Yeah.
one.
Like a bridge troll.
I don't think I understand the plan.
You would
Eliza looks a little understandably stressed out by this. Her cart has fallen over and something's fell. Remember, she had no idea you found this item and has no idea what you guys were doing. And is kind of looking around and then looks at Pua and is just like wide-eyed, like, you... It... A tree? That's new. Wow. Well, we're
keep us
high,
safe.
and kind of backs up really quick.
We're safe from predators up here, so
It-
you know,
That's true.
unless they fly.
This is pretty, and she's like lifting up her cart and trying to pick up the things that fell. This is very useful, definitely useful. Little warning next time, maybe.
You don't have to stay in our treehouse, Eliza.
No. I'm happy to do it. Yes, no, I appreciate it very much.
I mean, I said treehouse. What did you think would happen?
Wow.
I'll never underestimate you again.
Good.
What is for Roche, even though she's teeny? He's teeny.
Nailed it.
All right.
I'll help Eliza pick up her stuff. She's clearly very flustered. I'll maybe help her lift that cart up. It's quite big. Well, not quite big, but she's not very strong.
Right. Oh, thank you, Benson. I really appreciate it. This is, at least it's a lot lighter now. I was able to sell some things in Winnowing Reach. So, I don't think I really ever asked you guys why are you on your way to the Older Heart?
We got kind of strong-armed into it. Well, I did. I hate it. I don't want to. We got a message to deliver.
What kind of message? If you don't mind me asking, I don't want to step on any toes if I shouldn't say.
who is kind of our record taker. He can tell you.
Oh. Um. Pua. What was the message you have to deliver?
It was.
In the Alderheart.
It was. Mind your own business, Eliza.
No. I don't want to. If it's not something I should know. I mean.
Eliza, I'll tell you if you give me a snack.
Eliza, the less you know, the safer you are.
Cool.
Oh. Rin, I want you to roll a persuasion check.
Snack, snack. Snack. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, sorry, too long. I gotta switch it. It's me, and then I gotta persuade you to give me a treat.
All
Nat
right.
20.
A natural 20 with that -1 persuasion.
I'm so uncharismatic.
And Eliza says, I mean, I'd be super happy to share with you. Here, I got some good, I got some really good snacks for the road. Here, we should eat these while they're still fresh. I figured, at least for our first camping night. And she pulls out, this kind of wrapped up bundle that had fallen on the ground. She says, "Oh, it didn't open, it didn't spill. Good." And she opens it up, and there's this wonderful smell of kind of a baked treat that comes out of it. And she presents the lot of you with a dozen fresh baked donuts that she had picked up at Winnowing Reach for your travels. Here, I wanted to get something nice to thank you guys. I mean, I really do appreciate it. It's not easy to travel that far alone.
Thank you. These look so tasty.
They're really good. Yeah, the bakery there, they do a really good job. Every time I go by, I try to get some. They're really tasty. Here, I didn't even have a single one. Okay, they gave me a baker's dozen, so I had one. But I'll definitely share the rest.
Thanks, Eliza.
You're welcome.
Grab a donut. So we're going to the Alderheart because there was a burnt up broad that came, and she was all burnt up, and it was bad. So we're gonna go to the Alderheart and see if we can make sure no one else gets burnt up.
Oh, like the Scorched Grove? It definitely looks as if, and she kind of points off, and it's at a distance. You see this smoke rising in this red glow, but from this 30 feet in the air, you can get a better look at the continued destruction of just the forest around here as it's burning further and further away from where the Scorched Grove historically has kind of been secluded.
Looks bad.
Yeah.
You've been to the Alderheart a bunch, right?
What was it?
You've been to the Alderheart before, right? How far are we from this place?
I would say about 3 more days of travel or so. Not too far. Almost at the end of my journey.
You're just a homebody, Benson. 3 days isn't that long.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be nice when we get there, can rest our feet a little bit, but it's usually stressful out on the road. Honestly, up here in this tree, it's pretty nice.
Glad you like it.
Remind
Thanks
us,
for the
Eliza,
donut.
what are you doing at Alderheart?
Me?
Yeah.
I want to set up shop. I have some leads on some on a piece of real estate there, a good spot, so I can sell some wares. I'm sick of traveling around. I mean, I'm not as young as I used to be. My feet just kill me going back and forth up these roads all the time. I'm ready to settle down, try to make some real money. You know?
How much do you know about this area we're in now? Like around here on this part of road?
I've been this way, yeah. We're kind of on the main road right now, so it's generally pretty easy going. Although, from some other people at Winnowing Reach I was talking to, there do seem to be, besides the refugees, from all the fires, there do seem to be some extra bandit activity in the area.
Yeah, we know.
Well, yeah, it's always a hazard of the road for bit, but supposedly it's getting a lot worse around here now.
They got you good.
They did get you good.
Yeah, bastards.
Bandits for breakfast.
We can save the rest of the donuts for breakfast. They still be pretty good in the morning, I think.
It seems fair. I like that idea.
I'm gonna stuff 2 more in my mouth before she packs them up. Away.
I said, well, we can split the rest for breakfast then. She just wrap it back up.
All right, I think we should go to sleepies.
It's time for Nana.
Do you
Yeah.
think we should keep watch if there's bandits around?
We should definitely have watches.
We're
Yeah.
so far off the ground, you guys.
We still need to have watches.
Yeah, they're Mopok bandits. They'll just.
All right, not it for first watch.
I will take first watch.
Thanks, Pua.
I don't mind taking a watch.
Eliza, why don't you take watch with me?
Sure.
But should we let her do that?
It's just Eliza. Oh, you like Eliza.
I just don't want Pua to strangle her in the night.
Ooh.
I am a man of the cloth. I resent that.
Yeah, fine.
Bedtime.
All right.
Who wants second watch so I know who to wake up?
Rena's already asleep, so you can't ask.
It's fine.
Thanks, Benson.
You're welcome. Only the person with dark vision is taking watch at night.
Okay, Pua, why don't you roll a perception check at advantage because you have some assistance with Eliza.
So 16.
A 16. You keep your eye out. There are still some travelers this late at night who seem flabbergasted as they come upon a giant tree sticking out of the middle of the road, and seeing you and Eliza waving at them from up high. But they're
Hello, friends.
all mostly people on foot, right? So they're able to kind of go around the tree and kind of shake their head. No other major disturbances while you're hanging and doing that. No one that like they're trying to get by with a wagon or anything that your cart is terribly inconvenient for.
Cool.
So besides for some looks and some mumbled under their breath insults, you're pretty sure, but quiet enough that they figure if people can make this giant tree grow in the middle of the road, they probably don't want to mess with you. So they do it rather quietly and skirt around away from the tree.
That's a good call. I have a third spell slot now.
Wow.
Wow. Or is that it?
That's it. Yeah. It goes pretty quiet. Eliza is pretty good at keeping watch, at spending her energy and time doing that, because, of course, usually she is on the road on her own and is like the only one keeping watch.
Mm.
Okay.
Cool. Well, then I'll wake up Benson.
All right.
I'm up, I guess.
Nana.
Yeah, Eliza kind of lays down, gets her bedroll ready, gets herself pretty comfy. As Benson, you're taking the next watch. Benson, do you have dark vision?
I do not.
And I forgot to ask you this, Pua, but if you don't have dark vision, can you make a perception check at disadvantage for me?
Oh, so mine should have been a straight roll.
Probably.
All the shuffling around, I'm gonna wake up. And I'm gonna very sleepily kind of shuffle over next to Benson. And be like, I'll take watch with you.
So you guys are up. Maybe chat while I'm doing this. You can remind me how to do the DM roll to just myself. I don't know why I can never remember how to do it.
Doesn't it tell you in the instructions?
Probably, but I'm not scrolling up right now. I could.
It is /GM roll and then your dice.
I thought that's what I did. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. All right. Can I have the perception check? And you can do it if you are both going to do it. You can do it at a straight roll.
I have dark vision.
Then if you make the roll, you can do it at advantage. But it wouldn't be Benson making the roll. It would be Rin to get that advantage.
Wait, what am I doing? A perception, you said?
Correct. All right, a 24. At that, you have a pretty good vantage point from this far up, right? You can see at quite a distance. Most of the road travel at this point has quieted down. But what you do see are people that seem to be watching you a little bit. So there are individuals who are kind of moving through the woods, not the road off to the side, and then they notice this huge tree in the middle and kind of stop, right? They kind of stop, take notice, but they make sure, as you're watching them, you see, they make sure not to go onto the road, right? They make sure to stay back in the darkness, in the woods themselves. And after they kind of like take stock, look at you for a while, they continue on, moving westward along the road, but again, not on the road itself, moving through the woods. There's probably about 4 of them, it looks like, although maybe some had hung back a little bit. But there definitely seems to be this band moving through the woods in the dark, trying to stay hidden.
Is west the same direction we're moving, or
You're
is it the
moving
opposite?
east. It's the opposite direction.
Do you see those creepy people in the woods?
Not. I mean, kind of. I guess if you're pointing them out to me, I can kind of see them.
They're like moving through the woods, all creepy like.
Okay.
Should we shoot them?
I mean, they're going the opposite direction of us. Maybe just pretend we didn't see anything.
Should I yell out to them?
I don't think you should do that. No. If they want to go the opposite direction, I think we should probably ignore it.
I'm gonna go ask Q what they think. And I'm gonna go poke, 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 poke.
Okay.
Matt, just
What?
a question. You're not making a cricket sound in the game, right?
I am making a cricket sound in the game. Yes.
We found crickets in our house, and the other day when it was trapped in our house, and we were like, "Is it back?"
Yeah. We had one that was so loud, and it's been driving me nuts. I'm like, oh, is this motherfucker back?
So I get crickets at work all the time. I've had the same one. It's in my office, and I can't find it. I'm with you. The thing drives me crazy.
I needed to know.
Yep. Nope. That is a roll 20
Okay.
pre-done sound of
Right, 'cause I was like,
crickets.
"This is a cricket."
But I'm sorry, you were waking Q up.
All right, yeah, I went poke, 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 and I Q's awake.
Okay.
What?
There's like creepy people in the woods.
Yeah?
What do you think we should do?
I don't know. Let them go. Are they saying anything, or are they just being quiet?
No, they're just slinking around all slinky and creepy like.
I mean, it's kind of cool to slink around all slinky and creepy like. Kind of my MO, but you know.
All right,
I mean,
go back to sleep.
we could send someone down to look around.
I volunteer as tribute.
Okay.
If you're going, I can't let you go by yourself. So I guess I will go too.
I'm asleep.
I don't know how are we going to get down?
Should we wait Pua up? I'm gonna
Don't
wait.
you have like 100 feet of hempen rope?
I'm gonna poke Pua a couple times. Go, Pua, we're going to mess with people in the woods.
Don't do that.
We have to.
Nope.
I
Just
feel
let
like
you know.
it should be like a stealthy thing.
I'm not very good at that.
Well, Probably not the best person to send if you want stealth is me and you.
So I'm gonna like roll over and put on the hood of my little cloak and like close my eyes and be like, I'm not listening to you. And like pretend like I'm totally ignoring them.
Fluffy Pua. All right, we're gonna scamper down to the ground.
Okay. How are you going to do that? You're on a 50-foot high tree.
You said 30.
I lied. I double checked. So it's a 30-foot diameter, but it's 50 feet in the air.
Whoa.
Well, luckily somebody has 100 feet of hempen rope.
I stole some extra rope, guys. I stole some extra rope from
Can you
Eliza.
rappel us down?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I put some knots in it so they can, like, every 5 feet or so they can climb back up easily.
Sure.
And I drop it down.
Okay. So there's a rope. You guys are going to descend that rope. I think, why don't you give me athletic checks as you go down that way? And this is more because these people you saw have already started to move off. This is to see how quickly you're able to descend. Rin is like hand over hand, just like I was made for rope climbing. This is what I do. And she's on the ground very quickly. Benson, on the other hand, Benson, that's a nat uno right there, my friends. Benson, why don't you roll a strength saving throw with the natural 1? Wow, that's a 2. Okay.
Oh, no.
Benson goes, I'm gonna catch up. Loses his grip, goes to re-grab it, and misses. Benson, you were only about 10 feet down, so you fall 40 feet from the air. What I want you to do is, I'm going to have you roll one more saving throw. Roll a dex saving throw, and this is going to see if you can halve the damage that you take from falling 40 feet.
Can he glide?
Glide, Benson, glide!
Can you glide?
I do have wings and I have glide.
All right. Yeah, absolutely then. This is what Humblewood's all about, guys. Yes, bird folk. So you're trying to climb, and then your wings go out, and without a problem, you can glide the rest of the 40 feet. Are you going to glide directly to the ground, or do you want to go out in the direction that these figures were in? How are you going to go about this?
I'm going to glide to the ground. I'm panicking. I'm flapping. I'm just kind of like spinning like down towards the ground. It's not a graceful fall. More of a like don't break your neck kind of fall.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure.
Benson. If you're a bird, couldn't you have just flown down to begin with?
You know, there doesn't seem to be like concrete rules around like general flight. Like,
so it's
stuff and fly, it seems, but like I couldn't just like take off.
Yeah, so you definitely can always glide down from this tree, right? Yeah. There are certain feats you can take. So whenever you get at certain levels like 4, 8, 12, you'll get to choose stat increases. Instead of doing that, you can choose to take a feat. And Humblewood does have some pretty cool bird folk specific feats that help you like get air, not just glide down too. So maybe something to look at when we get to like level 4.
I assumed that the birds could fly. And you know what they say about assuming.
This whole time.
Yeah, but so
to stay with us.
Even with 2, this is what I love about these tabletop RPGs too. Even with 2 failed rolls, Benson gets down to the ground very quickly. I think the consequence of this is that it was noticeable, right? It's not the quietest, softest landing, so it was probably heard. What do you 2 guys do that you're on the ground?
I'm gonna go, shh! Benson, why are you being so loud?
I don't know. What are we doing?
We're trying to find the creepy people in the woods.
Okay, so what does that mean? Are we chasing them? Are we going to go look at where they were? This was your plan. What are we doing?
We're gonna creep into the woods like creepy people.
I'm definitely listening to everything they say,
Well,
by the way. And I'm laying there going, I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up.
So I'm gonna lead the way, and I'm gonna start just sort of like creeping around in the woods, kind of in the general direction where I saw them going.
Sure. Why don't you make a let's make this an investigation check
Oh, I need to pull up the computer.
as you're creeping and also trying to find.
While they're creeping, I'm gonna tie the end of the rope up on a branch so I don't have to hold it.
Okay.
You should have tied it to Eliza.
Yeah, you can definitely tie it off. Eliza kind of gets up and is like, and just goes back to sleep. Yeah, so you're looking around. You can't really find the individuals. You can't seem to come across them. How would you like to go about using maybe some of your skills or some of your knowledge to be able to find them? You're in the woods. There's crickets and frickin' wolves and shit. It's dark all around you. You're moving through the underbrush. What are you looking for exactly? You were looking for them specifically, and there's no sign of them. They don't seem to be directly around you.
Even with my dark vision, when I peer into the darkness, I don't see anything.
Yeah, that's why you made the investigation at a regular roll instead of at disadvantage, is because you can see pretty well. But it was only a 3, so you can't seem to see them. They don't seem to be in your general area right now.
Benson, what should we do?
I don't know. This was your plan.
Do you have any like magic eyeball spells?
Spell.
Like find people in the woods with your magic eyeball spell.
I mean, I could ask the trees, but they're just gonna say there was things.
Ooh, you throw the fireball and light up the woods so we can see better.
You want me to throw fire in the woods? No.
It rained recently.
I mean, I can try to give us a little bit of light, but I don't want them to see us.
All right, cast the light. Cast the light.
You said they were creepy. I'm not gonna cast the light.
So creepy. I want to know what they're up to.
So you want them to come to us?
Maybe.
If I can I try to use seed speech to speak to the woods and understand maybe how many people there were and maybe how far away from us they are?
Talk to the woods. Magic eyeball spell. Do it.
All right. So seed speak. What exactly is seed speak? I have these spells somewhere.
Through speech and touch, you can communicate simple ideas to living plants. You're able to interpret their response in simple language. Plants don't experience the world in terms of sight, but can feel differences in temperature, describe things that have touched them, as well as hear vibrations that happen around them, including speech. So I'm hoping maybe like based off like voices or just like the feel of like different things treading on like roots and branches that I can maybe get a feel for. Is this a large group? Is this a small group?
Yeah. That's good, definitely. Why don't you roll a d4 for me? Okay. So at this point, what do you say in your seed speech? What are you saying to the plants? How are you phrasing it?
Oh, that's a good question. So I'll just kind of put my hand on one of the bigger trees and just try to, like ask it like, what this, oh no, these disturbances are going to be animals and everything like that. Oh, what am I going to ask it?
What went west recently?
It's not going to know what west is. They're plants. They're dumb. They're not going to understand.
Don't tell the tree that.
They're dumb. It's not going to make a difference. No. So
I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah. I'd just like to ask it if it felt like large groups moving through it. Has there been a lot of like things treading upon it, different than the normal animals that pass through?
Sure.
Anything weird or large, like a herd almost.
And the tree kind of responds to you, right? And not so much in words, but in impressions. And you kind of get a, well, nothing, hang on. Let me talk to my roots. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there were like a few things maybe. Walking slow.
They're pretty far away from us by now. They must have gotten real far.
Oh, let me check. No, I don't think they moved off too far.
Are they still moving?
Hold on, let me check. Uh, can't tell.
Okay, so things definitely moving through. Not moving very fast, definitely creeping. And we don't know if they can't tell if they're still leaving or not. So they might just be watching us. They might be stopped. They might have heard us. I did make a lot of noise. That's my bad. We should probably get out of here.
Ugh. All right.
Yeah, let's head back to the tree. They're going the opposite direction. We tried. Valiant effort. Now I gotta somehow get back up this freaking tree.
All right. Let's go back over to the tree, and I'm gonna go. Q, send the rope down.
I fell asleep a little bit. So I'm like, oh god. Oh sorry. And I dump it over.
Okay. As the rope's tumbling and what are your passive perceptions, my friends?
I think 15 for me.
Okay.
Where is it?
Where is it?
Oh, I'm sorry, 17. Selling myself short.
What am I?
Oh, okay.
And you are. You're 15.
I'm 15.
15 and
You're
7.
15. Okay. Let me just check this real quick. Okay. Um. So you both turn around as this rope is tumbling down towards you, and see eyes peering out at you from the woods. At first, you think that it is an animal, right? These eyes shining at you. But then, with a quick motion, you notice that it is in fact a Mapok bandit, much like the ones that you found before, as he's rushing towards you. Another one seems to join as well, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Ah.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. I can get nothing to love.
My turn.
Yes,
Wow, we're fighting something while I still have spells?
How
Initiative.
many did you say there were? 3?
uh, Q, what's your passive perception?
11.
You don't see anything. You don't see this happening.
Bum, bum,
Okay,
bum.
so at this Rin, with a 24, we have. Oh, let me roll for.
The bandits.
Ooh, they did not do well. Okay. Q has 15. We have Benson with 14. We have Pua has 9. And bandits have just 7. Okay, at this point, Rin, you notice these two Mapok bandits step out, and you can see that they're kind of arguing with each other. Are we really just going to attack? Yeah, well, there's only 2 of them. Go. And at that point, you are up.
All right. Can I scream out, "Team Awesome! We're being attacked!"
Yeah, absolutely.
You and Pua, and stupid Eliza can hear us.
Sure. Absolutely.
Can I do anything else? Or
That is nothing. That's no. Yep, you can speak during your turns. It's free to do so. It doesn't take an action, bonus action, movement, nothing.
Are the Mopoks armed?
They are definitely armed. You see steel gleaming in their hands as they both seem to be holding short swords.
All right, can I take out my whip and try to whip them not in the face, which is my signature move, but kind of in the hand area, so maybe they'll have their weapon.
Okay, I'll let you do that. It's going to be a higher DC to hit their hand specifically, since you're aiming at a specific, with something with the intention of having an effect, like to drop a weapon. Okay.
All right, so I do my whip.
And then you do the nay. All right. And for as you whip, they kind of like are arguing and turn towards you and jump back on either side. And now, as the whip whoosh, cracks between them, their eyes are on you, gleaming in the moonlight as they are no longer arguing but are intent on you. Their attention now tunnel visioned. Anything else you would like to do that is your action?
I'm gonna say, what do you guys want?
Okay. Q, you are up, and you, at this point, you were at the edge and kind of looking over, so you haven't seen them yet, but you've definitely heard the yell and kind of have a heads up.
I don't have dark vision, so I can't see shit. Can I just yell down at Benson to do his light spell so we can see?
Sure.
So I can snipe people?
Yeah.
Benson, do your light spell! And then can I hold my action until he does that?
Absolutely, yeah. So you knock an arrow and you're waiting to shoot until he does a light spell.
Yes.
Very cool. Awesome. Let's go right down the list then. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the page. That's why. Benson, you are now up.
Yeah, I hear it. I like instructions. I like what you're told to do. So I'm gonna. So yeah, we're casting Produce Flame, and we are not gonna hurl it. We're gonna cast Produce Flame. We're gonna throw the hand right up, try to get as much area as we can on that. So that should provide a 10-foot radius of bright light, and then another 10 feet of dim light.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you have Produce Flame, but you're not throwing it at them. You're holding it up to help light the area.
We're holding it up, and we're gonna grab the shield, and we're gonna cower. We're gonna do my signature move.
Yeah. Holding the fire, but then like kind of duck and cover as well. As all of a sudden, this big like torch light extends beyond their area. It lights up, and at this point, let me think, because they were hiding and they did better than your passive perception. So they're still in darkness, Q. You can't quite see them, but if they step towards your friends, you'll immediately be able to see them, So you know that they're at least not in the direct, immediate vicinity of where your friends are.
Got it. Okay. Can I still just hold? I'm just going to hold until I can see someone.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. Pua, you are up. You are sleepy.
Well, I wasn't still sleeping when Rin yelled. I woke up. So I'm gonna go over to the side of the tree where I see things going on, and I imagine that I can't see them either.
What is your passive perception?
13.
You cannot. You can use your action to make a perception check if you would like to. And you
might
be able to spot them.
I imagine there are like branches and stuff on the tree.
Yeah, I imagine it's like the edge, it kind of comes up with like a slightly curling branches and goes out a little bit. Not enough to like walk on or anything, but enough to maybe get a hold on.
Could I break one off?
Sure.
So I'm going to break off a branch and cast light on it and just drop it down to the ground.
And what's the radius on light? How much light does that shed?
20 and 20.
20 foot of bright light and then 20 more feet of dim light beyond. Okay, at this point,
sorry, Benson.
Yeah, as Benson's holding this light, and then this branch just falls down and clacks to the ground. There's now this much brighter light. It's like when you click the flashlight again, and all of a sudden it's a higher wattage. you can definitely see around. At this point, the Moppocs are under the trees a little bit, so from your distance, you still can't see them because their stealth, which is their stealth roll was still better than your passive perception, right? So even
Okay.
in daylight, they would be hidden from you. But again, much of the area is covered right now, and like I said, the second they move, almost you'll be able to kind of get a drop on them. I would say with this much light, even if they're not moving towards your friends, you'll probably still be able to see them in the movement. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That ends
And
your
just for the
turn.
record, light is not a concentration spell. Just
Right.
Okay. Just
Yep.
I want to make sure that you know.
Oh, I'm with you.
Okay.
100%. Okay. So at that point, the Moppocs, one of them runs forward immediately towards Rin. I want Q. You can You can roll to attack
Yes.
at that point, because once
got you,
he
boo.
moves forward, you see him. But your arrow sticks to the ground as he jumps to the side. Runs the short sword, not a sword, stabs in your direction. That's going to be a plus. That is a 19 to hit. 5 points of damage as it nicks you as you jump away. Still, again, feeling stronger than you were this morning when you woke up, with the magical powers of leveling up. But, it hurts. It hurts. Your feelings and your belly. The other one is going to pull out a short bow and try to stand at a distance, and he is going to roll. Benson, roll a d4 for me. Even he attacks you, odd, he's going to attack Rin. There it is, Rin.
Come at me, bro.
Okay. That's a 14 to hit.
I think that's just going to miss you, right? I think you're 15.
I don't know.
Yep, 15.
15. All right. The arrow kind of goes past and ding, hits right into the tree that you guys have made, right in the center of this road. And also at that, there's a flash as something else runs out of the
Great.
woods in your general direction, right? It is a small gerbine.
What's a bean?
It's like the doctor.
Yeah, so younger than the doctor was, but a young mouse-looking thing with a little bush on its tail as he runs out. Also, Benson, roll another d4 for me. Let's see, even you, odd.
It's like the guy in the Rescuers Down
Okay,
Under.
runs over to Benson, the flame above his head, as he runs over with a dagger out,
Stabbed by a mouse.
stabbing towards Benson.
No.
That's going to be a 22 to hit.
These bandits suck.
That is going to be just 3 points of piercing damage, and he's going to stab at you again.
What a flesh. Oh, no.
And that is a not natural, but a dirty 20.
Whoa.
And that is going to be 5 more points of piercing damage. You take a total of 8. As this Gerbine, with this wicked smile across his face, comes in, just gives out a couple things as you're still trying to hold this flame above your head. Can't quite dodge as you take a few nicks. And it does not feel particularly good. You are now beset by 3, count them, 3 enemies. Back to the top of the round. Rin, you are up.
Am I close enough to the stabby mouse to get it?
You kind of just wheel around and you go for the Gerbine. Absolutely, roll to attack. With the whip, sure.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say, can't be rude to my friend like that. Hold on, let me get my way up.
All right, an 8 is not going to hit. At that point,
Miss the stupid stab mouse.
what's your dexterity modifier, Rin?
My dexterity modifier is 4.
Okay, so that's going to be 14. I just rolled a 14 on him, which means as you miss, he jumps out of the way. A hand flashes towards you, and he's going to steal something from you. What do you have in your pack? What do you have in your pack, Rin?
Your jacket.
Explosives, and he blows up. Probably like a mushroom and a melted piece of chocolate.
Well, what's in your inventory? What's in your inventory?
Lee's gonna get it for me. It's on paper. I know I had rope, a mess kit.
He's gonna steal your mess kit.
All right, fine. No.
Yeah, and just like clink, 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 clink as he takes it and just shoves it in his backpack that's seemingly open as he gets back and ready to attack with his dagger.
I hate this dude.
Okay, so
I love this dude.
mark off your mess kit unless you can get it back from this Gerbine.
Q's boyfriend.
I'm in awe of this guy.
Okay.
There it is.
At that, so that was Rin. That is your action. Anything else you would like to do?
No, except Blair.
Okay. Q, you are up. Still at the top of this tree, looking down with your bow out.
So there's one that I can't see. There's one that's attacked Rin with a sword, and there's one, the little Gerbine guy. I want to say Jerboa because there's Jerboas in Ark, and they look the same. Gerbine. All right. I love the little Gerbine, but he's being a little shit, so I'm going to shoot at him with my bow.
Yeah, roll to attack the Gerbine.
Get him!
12.
12 is just going to miss.
No!
As it's coming, and he notices it just at the last second, as he kind of dances away, his tail whipping around him as he goes, looks up at you, gives another little, like, shit-eating grin as he goes back to his battle dance with the two on the ground. That is your action. Anything else you'd like to do, Q?
I'm gonna just be impressed by this little guy.
All right. He winks at you. You notice in the light given off by Pua's spell, he get in these big mousy eyes. He gives you quite a wink from this distance.
All right, I see you, little Derby.
Benson, you're up.
Yeah.
We have like 5,000 photocopies of this one piece of paper that's still on the printer because the cats keep pushing the button. Sorry.
Nice.
Sorry, Benson. I'm so irritated by her right now.
So Matt, if you could kind of give me a breakdown of the battlefield here of what we're kind of looking at. So the mouth is
that Gerbine thief is right. You're all kind of smushed together. You and Rin are kind of shoulder to shoulder fighting off these two, as the Mopok Bandit and Gerbine Thief are also shoulder to shoulder with you. It's like this big melee of all four of you fighting together. And then there's a second Mopok Bandit that's about 20-25 feet away from you with a bow out.
Okay, got it. Thunderwave would be a bad idea because that's going to hit Ren, so we're not going to do that.
It would, but it wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea, whatever you want to do.
I don't want to do that to you, but it's tough because I think I would panic and do it.
No, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, we're gonna panic. We're gonna thunderwave it. We're gonna
I love it.
Staff down right in the second off, and we're gonna hope something happens.
Okay, that's gonna be a dexterity save, right?
I think so. I just tried to send it to the thing, but it looks like it didn't do it.
Oh, it didn't go through. I don't see it. This is Thunder Wave. It might be a different kind of save, but I think it's a Constitution save. Okay, DC 15 Constitution save. So for the so Rin, you also need to make this Constitution save.
Okay.
So that's just a straight for the Mopok. It's a straight D20 roll. He gets a 19, which is gonna make it.
Sorry.
And then for the thief, it is a 15, which just misses. So I believe on a save you take half damage. Or no, yeah, you take half damage and are not pushed away, correct?
Let's see. It's a good question. I don't know.
Who the heck are they saving? Oh.
Successful save defeat takes half damage and isn't pushed.
Okay, so the Gerbine Thief is indeed pushed. So you definitely make it. So you're gonna roll for the 10. It's 10 damage then. Wow, that's not bad for a Thunder Wave. All right. So the Mopok Bandit is going to take half damage. The Gerbine Thief is going to take the full damage. It is pushed backwards as you let out this huge burst of just thunderous energy from you. Okay, very cool.
Wait, did I get hurt?
You did. You're going to take 5 points of thunder damage.
Yes. Sorry, I did not think that you would take it.
That's fine. I have more hit points than you do anyway.
13.
Just let me know when you're
Yeah.
ready there, GM.
For your turn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Benson, does that end your turn?
That will not actually.
All right.
Woo!
Do
Sorry.
a bonus action. I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself.
All right.
Very panicked. I've just pushed everyone away. I'm a little shocked that worked, and I'm like, "Wow, this really hurts. I just got stabbed."
Yeah.
And I'm going to heal myself with Healing Word here as well, if I can get the.
I love that your Healing Word is, wow, this really hurt. I just got stabbed. So good.
Why is my character sheet all tiny and not working? There it goes. Yeah, sorry. There we go.
All right, not bad. 6 points of healing.
All right.
With that, as that kind of like glowing green energy, the same color as the forest around you, heals up some of your wounds. All right. At that point, Pua, yes, you are up.
Okay, I'm going. There's still only 3 of them, right?
There are still only 3.
Okay,
And you can see all 3, by the way.
I'm going to cast Bane at first level.
The range is only 30 feet. You're 50 feet in the air.
Oh. I'm
rope.
going to descend the rope.
Okay.
Swashbuckler.
Yeah, making. I'll just do that with movement. So you're able to descend. What's your movement speed?
25.
So you're able to get like a little over 10 feet down the rope. So you're now 40 feet away.
Am I 30 feet away from
No,
my friends?
No, you're not. You're about 40 feet from them.
Oh, they're not on the rope.
They're not on the rope. They're on the ground. Unless you want to just let go and drop from there, that's always an option too.
How much damage would I take?
We'd have to roll and find out.
Can you
But-
put the
That would use my action to defeat the purpose of just going for it.
Curl into a ball for your spikes feet out and like yeet yourself at them.
I guess I'm not doing anything this action.
Okay, you're hanging on the rope. Okay.
Ugh.
That's Pua's
Wait,
turn.
no, I won't waste this. Can I shoot an arrow while I'm hanging on the rope?
No.
Oh.
I don't know how you would do that. You can do an action. I don't know that. I feel like to shoot an arrow, you need 2 hands. And I feel like to hang on to a rope, you need at least one of those.
It's got teeth.
All right. Pass.
You had a tail.
Okay. It is the... at this point, the Gerbine Thief says, "Let's go, take off!" Turns and runs. None of you are in melee with him because he was pushed back from the Thunder Wave. So he's going to move his full 30 feet of movement. And then he is going to make another 30 feet of movement as he dashes away. The Mopok Bandit that you are in melee with is going to use his action to disengage so he won't take an attack of opportunity, and then he's going to run into the woods 30 feet. The one that was at a distance is going to shoot an arrow at is going to be Benson. but that's odd, so it's going to be at Rin. That's a dirty 20.
Gonna get dead.
Oh, hold on. Rin, you take 4 points of piercing damage. As this Mappak, one last ting shot just catches you off guard as you're watching them now running back into the forest, before that Mappak also is going to turn and run 30 feet into the woods. At that point, does anyone want to pursue through the brush after them, or are you going to let them go?
Well, I'm a little worse for the wear, so I'm gonna like hold all of my like oozing wound, just be like, "Whoa!"
My best kit.
Basket.
You know, I think we're back with magic.
Oh,
Ooh, you're not looking great.
oh, it feels so good.
All right. Yeah, so go ahead, Benson. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put my hands on Rin's shoulders, just walk it off, friend. I'm gonna cast Healing Word again.
Okay, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, very quickly
Honey?
the rustling in the forest around you goes away as these thieves in the night seem to make their way far away from where you currently are.
Damn, that good.
How many?
7.
Oh, I feel a little better.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
You know what made me feel even better? One of the leftover donuts.
You can have mine.
Thank you.
No.
All right, you guys are able to slowly make your way back up this rope. I would say, and especially because Pua and Q, you guys weren't the ones. You weren't the ones that were like down there. It was the two that were on watch this time that were down there. And I would say this whole encounter did not take more than 10 minutes. The reason that's important is because if it took 10 minutes or longer, you would have to have restarted your long rest all over again. That's how long. If a long rest is interrupted for more than 10 minutes, you need to restart it. But that did not happen. So you're able to get yourselves back up. Everyone is able to kind of lay down and take their rest, except there is one watch left to take. It is not quite morning yet. If Q, you would like to take your watch all by your lonesome after this really fun encounter.
Sure. I feel
Okay.
bad because my arrows didn't hit. And also, I'm just daydreaming about how awesome that Jerboa was.
Yeah. You can roll a perception. Do you have dark vision?
I do not. I have advantage on stealth checks in dim light or darkness, but I don't have dark vision.
Yeah, so this is going to be a perception check at disadvantage as you look out into the darkness.
11.
At that point, you look out, difficult looking around, but trying to keep your eyes out for what's going on. Obviously, your friends were just put in a dangerous situation, although in the back of your mind, maybe you're just hoping to catch a glimpse of that Turbine again. However, the sun begins to rise. Your long rests come to an end. You get the benefits of a long rest, get back your spell slots, get back your hit points, and at that 8-hour mark, the tree, much more gently than it was erected, starts to slowly, although tremulously, make its way back to the ground as it shrinks down, leaving your feet in this very torn up dirt, as the area of the road where it was is definitely not flat and easy to traverse any longer. But you are left with your lovely little nest charm right there for any of you to pick back up and use on another day.
I'm going to grab it and put it back on my necklace.
Certainly. All right. Make sure we mark off that mess kit, though, because if if it's Rin's turn to cook, it might be.
I crossed it
Okay.
off. Stupid stabby mouse.
Like it's ever been used.
Excuse me, I put water in it to defeat the fire bat. Suck it.
All right. We got that.
Okay. You guys have what's not the most filling meal, as you ate most of the donuts last night, but you get to split the rest of them between you in the morning, rested, feeling better, ready to move on for the next 3 days of travel.
Good D. I guess we may as well get going.
Okay, so for the first day of travel, we had Rin do a perception check. I believe, Pua, you're next in line, so why don't you give us a perception? Oh, I'm sorry, not a perception. I want you to just roll a d8 for me for the second day of travel.
Sorry, I had to get really close to see. All right, yeah, that's a 4.
Okay.
On the road again.
Yeah, so as you're moving through the forest, Eliza says, well, we have some provisions, but usually what I would do is, and it might be even better now that we have a group, but kind of try to do a little bit of foraging. I mean, I haven't smelled smoke in quite a while. This might be a good area to try to find some good eats, some roots, some berries. It looks pretty green and lush around here. What do you all say? Do we want to try and see if we can find something?
We could do that, but make sure that you bring me anything you find before we eat it, just so I can make sure that it's not poisonous.
Rin.
Oh, that sounds that sounds like a plan. Man, this Pua, you're really impressive. I gotta say, you do a lot of things.
I'm just gonna
Sure.
bow my head.
She kind of gives you an up and down look. You've been catching Eliza's eye a little bit, impressing her by growing a big sturdy tree right in her presence.
Negging her.
Yes, is that what they call it nowadays? Growing a big giant tree?
She saw your big old tree and was rather impressed. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna
Itty bitty living space.
Okay, are you guys all gonna go together to try to find some provisions?
Yeah, I feel like splitting up is dumb.
Someone's gonna stay with the cart though.
Eliza can stay with the cart.
Someone's gonna stay with Eliza. She's a very nice woman who probably can't help herself.
I'm not doing it.
I can stay with the cart. We could also just kind of hide it in one of the bushes, throw some stuff over it. Unless anyone's looking too closely, they probably wouldn't find it.
All right, hide your cart.
Yeah. So you do. She gets it off the road a little bit and puts it behind some things. And camouflages it pretty darn well. You'd have to really be looking to find it. And she says, "All right, let's. Who wants to lead the way?"
I'm still feeling a little woozy.
I will.
I was gonna.
Sure.
I was gonna say that Rin should, because Rin can always find the food, but.
Benson, why don't you roll a nature check? You can roll with advantage because everybody else is kind of here with you, helping out.
Okay. Nature.
Nature. You like nature. You talk to the trees, you weirdo.
Nature is very much.
It's right there on the end for nature.
Is that it?
Trees don't like you today.
No, I guess not.
Yeah, so you are looking around for quite a while, and you keep sitting there looking at it, and you're like, oh, well, here's some berries right here, and Pooh is like, poison.
No, it doesn't matter. Collect those.
Collect the poison
Who can
berries.
suck the poison?
Collect the poison berries. Just do it. Just collect anything that could potentially be edible and bring it to me.
I guess we're gonna collect poison berries. Are we sure?
Okay, yeah. And you
so
keep
upset.
going, and you're like, these roots are really, really bitter. They're not going to taste very good as you're looking further and further. And you don't want to go too much further, But after a while, you kind of peek through, and you look through some trees, and you see what appears to be a very kind of peaceful little glade. It's this big opening that's rather tightly packed and surrounded by overgrowth, but as you peek your head through, you see this tiny little pond there. And you stop for a second. There is light just going right down, hitting against the water and shining on it, as you see small toads kind of hopping around. And Benson, I think this makes you stop for a minute, right? Like, you're a nature lover, and this is this um, wonderful, wonderful moment of nature that you don't always get to experience, and you've kind of come upon it. Um,
I am a little uncomfortable because of the frogs, though.
yeah, um, understandable.
This would be really nice if it was a little less froggy.
Yeah, and you kind of look around, and you're looking for the frogs, and then a creature walks into this glade. It is huge.
Uh-oh.
The top of its antlers are probably 15 feet overhead as a giant elk calmly walks into the glade, looks around at its full height, chest bared, these huge antlers spreading out like an 8-foot span over its head as it looks down and lightly starts to lap up water from this pond.
That's pretty.
Wow.
Ooh. That's a big chonker.
Yeah, this creature is something you have not seen, and as you all kind of just bloop, 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 peek your head through this very thick, beautiful foliage around the outside, and into this beautiful scene with just lovely wildflowers growing around this pond, watching possibly the largest creature you've ever seen in your lives, right? Um, it's an elk more or less the size of an elephant, um, drinking out of this very lovely, weird, peaceful water that seems to shimmer slightly as you watch it.
What is that, guys?
I don't know.
Do you think the shiny water makes you a big boy? Because that dude is huge.
Maybe it's a god.
Pua, do a god check.
Whatever it is, we should probably get out of here. Have you ever gotten confused before?
Pooh, you can certainly make a religion check if you would like to.
See if it's a
Am I proficient in religion? Please tell me I do.
Are you? My favorite thing is when clerics are not proficient.
I am, but I'm not very intelligent, so it doesn't matter. Oh, but I still got a 15.
15. Okay, not bad. Now you don't think this creature is a god, right? It seems to be very terrestrial, but certainly the elk would be the creature that represents the god Kareth, who is generally the god of the Amaranthine, which is this pantheon, right? Of what? Oh my gosh, what are the like deer people called in this? Servan, that's it.
Yeah.
Who's kind of like the Servan patron god. So certainly you don't think this is like Kareth incarnate in front of you. And you're not sure if this is even like an agent of Kareth, but certainly, Kareth is, his dogma says the way of nature is growth, right? Like that is his big thing. It's a life domain, god, and this certainly screams to you very loudly that this is quite possibly a holy place of the god Kareth.
Do Do you think
Wow.
we guide him?
After a while of watching and wondering at this huge creature, it lifts its head, looks around, not even seeming to be aware of you, and if it is, not being terribly intimidated by all of you, which, again, why would it? It's like gigantic. And then slowly turns its massive body and makes its way out the way it came,
Wow. Should we
leaving.
follow it? What was that, guys? They don't have stuff like that in the city.
I've never seen anything like that.
This might be a shrine of some sort.
We should definitely drink that water and see if we turn into giants.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, you guys enter the glade. As you step
Oh God.
into it, it's very peaceful and very nice.
Ugh.
A couple frogs hop away.
Can we creep into it? Creep into the glade?
Yeah, you guys go all creepy, and you stop and you're like, ooh, flower, that's nice, and then you keep creeping. It's lovely, absolutely lovely. You look at the water, and it does seem to have this kind of shimmer to it, but it's very clear. You can see all the way to the bottom. It looks absolutely lovely, beautiful, and inviting.
Can I slurp a mouthful?
Yeah, you go down and you take a slurp, and it is cool, and refreshing, and wonderful. You feel more enlivened, right? Like it kind of wakes you up. It's like drinking. It would be like drinking a sip of like iced coffee, right? Like on a hot day. Like it's just like, wow, this is awesome and refreshing. It makes me feel wonderful, but it's not going to give me the jitters. And yeah, you feel more enlivened. You think that if you had some damage, which you don't, right? You're at full health, but this would probably have healed you of that damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, you feel really very good. This is a wonderful kind of experience. As you're sitting here amongst these wildflowers, taking a drink from this beautiful pond, watching the sun streaming in from overhead, no smell of smoke or cinders anywhere near you. It's very nice.
I'm gonna fill my water skin with water from
Me
the
too.
thing.
Dump out my old water.
Yeah, you all dump out the old water, fill up your water skins with this nice, cool, very refreshing, and it's lovely. And you all kind of sit for a while, and Eliza is just like beaming, smiling as she's just looking around at everything. Just like, wow, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. This is great. This is great.
You know what would go good with this? Some of those berries. Did you guys get any berries?
Give her the berries.
I got a couple. I really don't think we should eat these though. They're
Let Pua prey on them.
Eliza just lifts up her hand and says, Pua will definitely take care of this.
So I take the berries from Benson and I'm going to cast Purify Food and Drink in Ritual,
All right.
which means it takes what, 10 minutes?
10 minutes plus one action, so 10 minutes plus 6 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Just give
definitely.
me a few. So I'm gonna hold my holy symbol in one hand and close my eyes and hover my other hand over the food.
Yeah, and this kind of energy is going over, and Eliza just watches you enthralled, just like leaning
Great.
back up against a tree, kind of like playing with her whiskers a little bit. Yeah, and after 10 minutes, the berries, which you've collected plenty of, are now edible. They're rather tart, but not a bad little midday snack. Definitely something to kind of supplement and give some life to the rations and other things that you have kind of as sustenance.
it's better than the ones I make.
Are there mushrooms in this glade?
You can make an investigation check or a nature check. I'll let you do either one.
Why can't you just put the stuff that I purified in your mouth? Why do you have to eat things that I haven't checked first?
Mother loves
What's worse to eat without knowing what it is? A berry or a mushroom?
They can both go pretty bad.
But I rolled with myself.
That Benson roll was a U roll, technically.
Yeah. It was on my thing. I just didn't switch the.
That's okay. It's +0 anyway, so that's a natural 18. Definitely. Yeah, you kind of find these mushrooms. They are gorgeous. These mushrooms you find almost like golden in color, right? Instead of like a ruddy brown or anything that you'd used to. This kind of like brownish but yellow golden color. As you pull them from kind of creeping around the underside of a log. They look good.
All right, I'm gonna sniff them and I'm gonna go to bite them, and then I'm gonna hear Pua's voice in my head, and I'm gonna like, and scurry back over and say, "Are these okay to eat?"
You gotta give me 10.
You could check them too if someone maybe wants to make a nature check.
What do people think?
I've been around the woods a couple times in my life. We'll say let's take a look at these things. What do we got?
They better not be poisonous because they look so delicious.
Well, the frog didn't kill you, so I don't think anything. Or the lizard didn't hurt anything.
These are golden toad horn mushrooms. They are rather rare and a delicacy. They are not only edible, they are often sought after as this beautiful earthy flavored addition to to wonderful meals. You've really found yourself a real treasure here. And Benson is excited for you as you find them, and maybe excited for all of you because you found quite a few around this glade.
I tried to grow a bunch of these because they sell for a ton of money, and they all died. It didn't work at all.
They look delicious.
You can maybe have one, and we'll keep the rest.
Oh, like one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me.
Pretty cool habits these like that.
Don't try to tempt me away from snacks the hat.
I'm just saying, when we get to the Alderheart, there's probably some fancy inn that does fancy food that's going to buy a ton of these.
All right, I'll try not to eat them all.
Yeah.
Pua can keep them in her pack, or in his pack, and he can maybe distribute them as you need them.
And they are very, very good, even raw. If you were able to, like, I don't know, have a mess kit to cook them up in, they get even better, though.
I want to find that mouse, and I want to stab that mouse.
Yeah, I didn't like that guy.
That guy sucks.
I mean, no one's really talked about it, but we all saw me throw him, right? I mean, I've tried
It was really cool. I was really proud of you.
I've stood in a field like 50 times trying to do that, and it has never worked.
I was impressed.
Okay. Oh my god, that's a cricket.
It is a cricket.
Oh, it's disgusting.
It's so big. Hold on a second.
Yeah, at this point, there's no
Wait,
sound.
real cricket?
This
No,
is IRL cricket.
Oh my god, Alyssa, get a shoe. Why did you go to the kitchen? The shoe's in the living room. Is that
it's so gross, Bernie. Don't you dare eat that.
Do you have the cricket sound going?
No.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
Do I? Let me see.
Yes, you do. I can hear it.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Okay, no, the one we heard before was way louder. That was in fact.
That was in fact the actual cricket.
That's so loud.
It was obnoxious. I didn't want to say anything. Makes more sense now.
Wow. This is by far the best content we've had so far. This is great.
I murdered the cricket.
Oh god.
It was like humongous.
Oh, that was terrifying.
You know, Bernie's licking the floor where I killed it. Anyways,
It's all right. Bo eats plenty of bugs, and she's fine. So.
So yeah,
Mushrooms.
you find some berries that would otherwise kill you, but Pua is able to purify to make them edible. You find some mushrooms that are certainly edible and very exciting. You fill your water skins, spend midday around this lovely blessed glade that you found. After a while, you almost reluctantly go back, finalize this car, and trudge it back onto the road as you look ahead. Um, I'm gonna do a little bit of fast forward here, so we're not on the road to Alderheart through like October. Uh, and yeah, you go, you make camp. I'm gonna assume that you this time, knowing what's going to happen, kind of find a little bit of an open area just off of the
Yes.
road to grow your giant Benson. No, you want to just tear it up.
One of us accidentally just says tree house. Like, we should probably set up the tree house, and it just.
Yeah.
We're safer than that. We've learned our lesson.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, nothing big happens that evening. The next day again, up on your way. Again, seeing more people on the road now that seem to be making their way, though meandering a little bit more, not quite as intent on their destination as you. You pass by plenty of people who seem to be these refugees from the furtherance of this scorched grove, the continuation of the burning of the Humblewood. All making their way towards the city, as are you. Although them in a bit of desperation instead of on a mission, the way you all are. On the next day, Benson, I think you're the next one in the order. Can you roll a d8 for me?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, stop walking on the keyboard. I know, you're just a baby.
Okay.
You're just a baby. Ah.
All right. So as you're going on the road, seeing more and more of these stricken individuals just trying to make their way, you come upon what is almost a makeshift little, can't really say community, right? But a makeshift kind of shelter with some huts put together just to keep their heads dry in case it rains, though you've had, since you left the swamp, a couple days of pretty dry weather. It's been nice traveling. Um, and there's one gentleman among them that you notice. Also a Gallus, tall and stately birdfolk individual that is going among them. He's wearing a deep green robe as he's trying to like look after what seems to be people that have that are a bit more hurt, right? A bit more damaged than the others. I'm gonna. This Gallus particularly is a little more roosterish, right? Um, so is out of his green robe, he has like that big, huge wattle and red plume coming off of his head. Seems to be not old, but definitely working his way right past middle age as he's going around. And as you get closer, he turns to the lot of you as well and says, "Hello, travelers.
Hello, sir.
Well met. You aren't also refugees from these fires, are you?"
No, we're just traveling to the Alderheart.
Good to hear. Dangerous the roads these times.
Are all these people injured in the fires?
So it seems. The burning of these fires. Not something the tenders had foreseen.
Is there anything we can do to help?
How did she get down there so fast?
Well, I turned her. I was looking at her, and then all of a sudden she was on your face. Any of you can roll a history check to see if you know what the tenders are. This group that he mentioned.
Who's got high history?
I'm not very smart.
You can each roll it also if you would like to. It doesn't have to be just a one-person
Oh,
thing.
okay. Sure.
Pua and Q are waiting for someone to to pour them a drink at the mention of a tender. Um,
I don't drink. Man of the cloth.
I do.
Rin, you know exactly what the tenders are, and Benson, I would say, okay, I was gonna say you probably do too, but I guess you're not. You stay in your town, right? Uh, so the tenders are a group of usually druids, right? People of the forest that tend to it. Uh, and a lot of what the organization does, besides help to propagate healthy growth of certain parts of the forest, to do conservation of different fauna and flora, uh, is to try to contain and ideally understand this scorched grove that has been here for quite some time and what it is. This man you see before you is quite obviously one of the tenders himself. So one of the druids um, that looks after the forest. He "Yeah,
Thank you.
if you would like, travelers, uh, I do I do have some poultice that may aid you on your travel. I've made quite a bit, but the people here now have mostly been taken care of. If you want, for a donation, I could give it to you. It could heal you.
Is it tasty?
I wouldn't eat it. No, it's to be applied directly to a wound. Particularly good on burns, but it works quite well also if you apply it to a cut, a scrape, a bruise.
How much
So-
would you like for the poultice?
I
It's a
have
poultice.
I have two applications, 15 gold pieces apiece. So this, the way this works, guys, it can be applied to a wound to heal 1d4 plus 2 hit points.
And it costs 15 gold?
Yes.
I don't have enough.
Well, a basic healing potion would probably cost 50.
Oh.
Um,
Wow.
for reference.
Would you be interested in trading your poultice for some magic water,
Magic water?
Jermaine? Yeah, it's super fresh and delicious. I'll even give you a teeny tiny little sip to prove how amazing it is.
Yeah, roll a d20 for a persuasion check. Ow. Why do you always attack me when I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons? She's
It's okay. I have this one's butt in my face now. It's just.
So he's a bit skeptical, and as you offer him a drink, he kind of gives you a look, and takes a sip,
Relax.
and he kind of thinks for a second, says, "That is rather refreshing, though doesn't seem to have any magical properties." As he hands it back to you.
Well, you're lost. Don't need your poultice.
Well, if you don't need it, I'm sure others will. There's quite a few out here on the roads that are in need of help. I myself am heading from the Alderheart. More and more of these refugees are making their way there. I'm trying to move westward, see if I can help out. I haven't been to the Scorched Grove in quite some time, but it looks more and more that I won't have to travel as far to get there.
Be careful if you're going west. There's bandits, including a tiny little mouse that doesn't look scary until he's stabbing.
I will certainly be careful. A lot of you be careful as well.
About a day down the road's gonna get a little bit bumpy, so just watch your footing.
No clue how it happened.
I appreciate the forewarning.
I'm
And
going
fire
to.
bats. Watch
And
out for fire bats.
I have encountered them before. In my younger days, I was stationed closer to the grove.
I'm going to bow slightly and be like, it was a pleasure meeting you. I'm sorry we didn't get your name.
My name is Alfred.
Alfred. I am Pua de la Espalda.
Well met, Pua.
I hate that phrase. It's awful.
I don't know why that's my go-to. I don't know why.
Well met.
I'm Benson. My grand was a tender, so cool.
Ah.
Yeah.
What was
I'm pretty good at
what was her name? Perhaps I knew her.
it. Benjamina, named after her. Weird thing.
Your grandmother's name is Benjamina?
Yeah, so many. Yeah, it's got a long Gallus history. It's a thing, okay? Yeah. So you're from the Albert Heart, you said?
Benjamina was your grandmother.
Yeah, taught me everything I know, which isn't much. I'm pretty bad at this. But
I remember her.
you know,
Lovely, lovely woman.
Yeah.
We studied together some time ago. Oh, it's been ages since I thought of her. Yeah, and you see him kind of like, I'm gonna say this phrase, even though I know what it sounds like, stroking his waddle contemplatively.
I just watched it happen on stream.
It was exactly the same.
This is our Gallus friend, the druid.
Oh, he's
Yeah, he
cool.
says, "Well, grandson of Benjamina, is very good to meet you."
me too, man. It's cool.
We get a close-up one too.
She never mentioned.
Oh,
Look at that waddle.
Oh yeah. Stroking the waddle.
Oh, that's my band.
It's the name of my OnlyFans. Yeah, he says, I don't imagine she would mention me for any particular reason. Well, I should be going. Perhaps we'll meet again.
Hope so.
Perhaps.
And, you seem like you got a pretty good handle on things out here. You happen to know anyone in the Alder Heart we could, like, I'm just, I'm wondering, you got any friends in there we should be talking to? Anyone we can go see? Because we got some important stuff to do.
People connected high up, you mean, I imagine.
I'm trying to be subtle, but, yeah, sure.
Not particularly.
Yeah.
We tenders don't spend too much time in the cities. Most of what we do is outside on the land. Certainly, whenever we need resources or anything, we petition the Council of the Older Heart for assistance. I would suggest doing the same.
Petition the council.
They're at the summit of the Older Heart. Quite a climb up to get to them.
Good at climbing.
Oh, good. While walking. Well, thanks, Alfred. We appreciate that. You know what we got to do.
Thank you. Glad to have met the lot of you.
Be well.
Bye, friends.
And he kind of giving a nod, waddling, continues to make his way westward as you continue to move east. That was, I think, the third day of travel, right? Again, more and more people. The road's getting more crowded as you're heading towards the Older Heart. On the fourth day of travel, after you rest again, Q, why don't you roll a d8 for me?
Five.
5. Okay. As you are going, this day, the last day you're there, you're glad to know that you are almost at the Older Heart. The weather turns a bit. It is a bit rainy. And because it had been hot the past couple days, the rain and the humidity are kind of making a fog as you're going. At this point, it's been a little while. You've passed some people. Again, you guys are ready to get to the Alderheart. You're ready to be there, so you're kind of full steam ahead. Other people in this heat and humidity are a bit sluggish, so you rather quickly are moving past them. As you are going, um, the rain starts to get a little bit heavier through the middle of the day, right? Probably good for wherever these fires are spreading in the wood. Not very fun in the on the road. The roads start to get muddy and sluggish as you're whoosh, 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 kind of sloshing through as you go. Uh, uh, Benson, you have this great wide brim hat that is keeping you rather dry as you go. But other people are having not as good a time. Um, After a while, you start seeing pools of water um, kind of starting to collect. And after a while, when you're kind of tired, stopping, taking a quick breather, you look out to a clearing just off the road, not terribly far out. And you see a pool of water, although this must have pre-existed the current rains because it seems to be a bit bigger and a bit deeper. And there is what seems to be mist emanating directly from it, right? So while there is fog, there's definitely like a mist over this pool of water that you notice that you hadn't really seen anywhere else.
We keep finding creepy, weird water.
That's why we don't go to the city.
Can I waft a little bit of it towards myself with my wing and see if it smells weird?
Sure. Yeah, so you kind of go over to it, and you kind of waft a little bit. You don't really seem to smell anything, but it seems to be um make a nature check for me really quick.
21.
21. Okay. As you go over and you put your arm over it, you feel almost heat coming off of this water. It does not seem to be a mist coming off. It actually seems to be steam.
Guys, it's a hot spring.
Oh, nice.
Does the water look like gross, or does it look like bubbly at all, or?
So looking at it, it doesn't seem to be bubble. There might be a bit of a ripple on the top of the water, but nothing to doesn't look gross in any way. No.
Are you getting
I mean, probably you can't see through it, right? Like it's kind
Yeah.
of dirty and it's muddy because there's mud around it. It's been raining, but yeah.
not a nice hot spring?
Is it like really hot?
How would you like to find out? What are you gonna do to find out?
I push Eliza into it.
Okay. Roll a strength check. Oh, Eliza got a natural 1.
So it's scorching hot.
Wait. I don't. What? Do I
It's not
just
that
click
hot, but
strength?
Eliza. What?
Oh no!
You also got a natural 1.
It's not that hot, and yet somehow they both break an arm.
I'm gonna say with that you both fall in.
Oh no!
With the natural, so you go to push, and she kind of goes and grabs you, and you both fall into the water.
Bitch.
You both take. I just got a 1 point of fire damage because the water is in fact scalding hot, absolutely scalding. Pua, roll a d4 for me.
Oh no!
Dose.
2. Okay. So at that, once you splash in and water goes, and indeed your friends, Eliza especially, scream out as they're now, I mean, it's not super deep, right? Just a couple feet, but you're rather submerged in this scalding hot water. All of a sudden, out of it, 3 figures pop up. They look almost like little gremlins, but they seem to be made of the steam themselves taking form. Little tiny wings off of their back made of steam as they're now surrounding you and Eliza. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Thanks, Eliza.
Woohoo!
You pushed her.
Yeah, but she wasn't supposed to grab me too.
What is okay? Just a straight roll for them. All right, man, you guys are getting really good initiatives rolls. Rin has a 22, a 20, and that was for Pua. Rin, you are up first. What would you like to do?
Can I reach out and try to pull Q out of the boiling hot water?
Yeah, definitely. Roll a strength check as you try to just yank her out really quick.
Strength. Where are you? I don't have.
That should be.
It's just the actual strength thing.
Thank you.
It's okay.
All right.
I didn't know where it was either.
Yeah, you're able to. You grab her and yank her right out. You haven't moved very far with her, but you are able to get her out of the water. You are gonna take 2 points of fire damage as your hands get burnt as you reach in and grab her and pull.
Are you okay, Q?
Thanks, Rin. My feathers are steaming in the air.
That is
Hands, I'm like,
that is your action. Anything else you would like to do?
no.
Okay, Pua, you are also up. What would you like to do?
So if I pull Eliza out of the water, it's my action.
Yes.
All right. Well, then in that case, I'm gonna cast Bane on the 3 steam figures.
Okay. What does Bane do?
Oh, you turned on a thing.
I like it.
God. So Bane is a charisma save
Okay.
for starters.
All right. And then while I'm rolling that, just why don't you read what the spell does?
Creatures have to subtract 1d4 on every attack roll or save for the duration, which is 1 minute. They saved.
What is your spell save DC? 2 are definitely going to fail. It's a 5
Well,
and a
yes.
2.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 13.
Okay, so 1 makes it.
Yes.
2 of them
I didn't see all those. Sorry.
Yeah, 2 of them are baned. 1 of them is not baned. But there are these 3 steam creatures who actually seem to steam a little bit more as the raindrops are hitting them.
How are you going to keep track of who's baned?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so that is your action. Anything else you'd
And
like to
when I'm done, I'm going to say, sorry, Eliza.
Not gonna have a crush on you anymore, dude.
do? All right.
Don't worry, Benson will get you.
Benson, you're up. Are you going to get her?
Yeah, he's gonna flap his way over there, slipping through the mud, and try to pull Eliza out of that water.
Yeah, roll a strength check.
Benson's a ladies' bird.
Benson is very chivalrous.
He is. He is.
Oh, wait, that's still Matt's roll.
So it's a 6. You go in and you start pulling her towards the edge. You can't quite get her out as she's reaching for you and gasping, getting burns. You're also going to take 2 points of fire damage as you're starting to pull her out. You're getting her to the edge, but you're not able to fully get her out of this water. Okay. Anything else you want to do, Benson?
So, just out of curiosity, so these things here, so you said they're like steam, so they don't seem to have like a concrete form.
The steam has kind of formed around them to give them a shape, but definitely they seem to almost be like wisping away and then other steam coming to reform. It's a very strange thing. Why don't actually, Benson, as you're getting really close to these things, make an Arcana check for me. You're not exactly sure what these are with a 5.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be the end for me then.
Okay. At that, they are going to be up. one of them kind of flies around, and at this point, all 4 of you are right in the general area of where they are. It kind of flies up and over and looks around and opens up its mouth, and as this steam shoots out of its tiny little mouth, shooting in a 15-foot cone that can stretch up and hit, I would say probably all of you, as you're all kind of right there. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
So does Bane not affect this?
Nope, because it is save.
Okay.
So he's not rolling. You guys are. Q, Pua, Benson, and who else? Who am I missing? Rin. You guys all pass. You guys all pass this save, so you're gonna take half damage. You're gonna take just 1 point of fire damage as you kind of go, as this scalding hot steam shoots out towards you. One of the other creatures turns, and it is going to 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes right towards Benson's face. Its steamy claws kind of scraping as it flies towards you. That is going to be an 18 to hit Benson.
Minus 1d4. Unless that's the one
2.
that's saved.
So no, it's not. This is a 16.
Yeah, it still gets me because it only needed a 13.
Okay.
Ah, I tried.
You take 1 point of slashing damage and 3 points of fire damage, so for a total of 4 damage. As this just hissing steam is like scratching off onto you, and just like scalding your skin. You're gonna have definitely like a 2nd-degree burn left over where that was. The third one is going to go after Pua as it flies at your face. Also, this is the one that saved.
Of course it is.
It's the third one. I figured the first 2 failed, so the third one is the one that saved. And that's a 15 to hit.
Yeah. No, wait. No. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. My AC is 16.
Yeah, so it just it gets off of your spiky armor as it's going towards you and kind of recoils as you turn, puffing up your spikes towards it. That's going to end their turn. Q, you are up.
Is Eliza still in the water?
Eliza is still in the water.
I'm gonna shoot my bow at Eliza. No, I'm just kidding. At the last one that Pua was. The one that
Okay.
doesn't have Bane on it.
Yeah, you kind of take a half step back, pull out your arrow, and fire at this strange entity.
Oh my god.
That's a natural 1. Make a Constitution save.
I do hit Eliza. 16.
16, that's fine. At that point, some of that steam that has come up, it almost like makes you swoon for a second, and you almost fall back in this pool of water. But you don't. You manage to keep your feet on the ground, though your arrow goes far, far wide.
Man.
Okay, anything
My
else?
eyes ain't what they used to be.
Anything else you want to do?
Let me get you some glasses.
Can I toss Eliza my rope?
I would
an
say that's
action, technically?
probably an action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Eliza get an initiative turn?
Yeah, she's going at the bottom of the order.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So after Q, she's gonna go. She takes 2 points of fire damage, as she then like is able to pull herself out of the water. Right. She is looking rather burned all over at this point.
Sorry, Eliza.
She's a burnt up broad.
Yeah, and she runs back towards her cart and starts rummaging through it looking for something, but can't really do too much else this particular turn. At that, we're back at the top. Rin, you are up.
I'm gonna whip it.
Whip it good.
Addicted. Great. Good. Woo!
Oh,
Wow. Okay. That's a natural 20.
Damn.
Which one were you attacking, by the way, Rin?
Ooh.
None of them have taken damage. One of them shot out a burst of steam at you. One is clawing at... Okay, that one then. Okay, roll to attack.
Not attack, damage.
Roll for damage, yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, it's already here. 7 plus 3. What is that? 1d4 plus 4 dex equals 3 plus 1d4. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10 points of slashing damage total at this creature. Alright, perfect. Anything else you would like to do?
No.
Yeah, as the whip hits it, and its form actually kind of dissipates for a second before coming back together as it's sneering at you. This big long nose that is also wavering, just made of steam, as these eyes that seem pure white stare out at you as if from another world. At that, Pua, you're up. Benson is on deck.
Okay. I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds on the one that doesn't have Bane.
Okay. The one that... So...
Oh, wait, that's a touch spell.
It is.
I lied. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on the
Okay.
one that doesn't have Bane.
Sure, and this is the one that was attacking you, which means you would be at disadvantage because you're in melee with it.
Oh, this is the one I'm in melee with?
Yeah, the one without Bane is the one going after you.
Oh, well then I will use the touch one.
Yeah, go for it. Roll
Sorry,
for...
I didn't realize I was in melee with it. That
Inflict
was
Wounds is a save.
Inflict Wounds is not a save. It's a spell attack.
Okay, roll to attack. My B. B stands for
18.
bad. 18 is definitely going to hit. Roll for damage on this sucker.
I'm casting it at level 1. Haha! 15 damage.
Okay, at that...
Suck it, suck it, suck it, suck it.
Yeah, as you do, it kind of lets out a shriek that sounds like the tea kettle when it's going off. Just this high-pitched whine. Its form kind of and comes together, though it's wavering much, much more than it was. It does not seem to be holding together perfectly well.
Got him.
Got him.
All right, anything else you want to do, Pua?
No
It
thanks.
definitely does not look very well at this point. Benson, you're up. There's another one still kind of like scratching and clawing quickly towards your face.
Yeah, so after Eliza kind of pushes me out of the way, getting herself out of the hole that I tried to help her out of, I'm going to scramble back up, and I'm going to take a swing at that. I'm going to take a big old two-handed swing at that thing.
Yeah, grabbing your staff and just swinging away.
Yep, yeah, a little panic swing here.
Let me see. That is gonna hit, yeah. As you do, you swing away and just connect. And at first, you're not totally sure if it's gonna make connection, but absolutely, you feel it. As it does eventually pass through this creature, but it definitely made connection and does damage. That's 5 points of damage. Okay. Nice. Anything else you would like to do?
Nope. That's going to put me in melee, but I'm not going to try to.
All right, it's the one in front of you, Benson, is going to try and it kind of floats around and does the same steam breath the other one does, but it can't catch all 4 of you. It can only catch you and Rin together in it. So I need Rin and Benson to make was it Constitution? I'm sorry, some sort of saving throw. Dexterity, sorry, dexterity saving throws. Benson definitely makes it with an 18. And then Rin does not make it with a 9. Rin, you take 3 points of fire damage. Benson takes 1, as this other jet of hot steam shoots out at you guys. just starting to burn. Your skin is just feeling hot all over, like staying far too close to a fire for far too long. So that is the one for Benson. The one that had shot the steam is going to move over to Q, as it's again going to start clawing towards you. That's going to be a +2 to hit. That's only 5 though, as you quickly dodge out of the way. This thing getting nowhere near you. Pua, the one on you is also going to shoot steam directly into your face. You need to roll a
Cool.
dexterity saving throw.
Cool.
You're tiny little.
4.
You are going to take 3 points. I roll a 3 every time I roll this d8. 3 points of fire damage.
Okay. Got it.
Q, you are up now.
Is the one that's near Benson and Rin, is it away from the puddle? If I go and attack it in melee, is it going to be like super near the puddle?
You're all kind of on the outskirts of it, but also you have one, that one that attacked you, even though it missed, it's still in melee with you,
okay.
too.
Got it. Okay, I'm going to pull out my short sword then and try and slash at the one in melee.
Okay.
24.
That is absolutely going to hit. Yeah, roll for damage on that guy.
Hey, did you do fade when you were casting all that shit, or did it not matter because it was saves?
It didn't matter because it was saves.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, and
Just
the only
making
attack
sure.
rolls I did, I think, missed that round.
Yes. Okay,
Thanks
sorry.
for keeping me honest, though. 10 points of piercing.
Hmm.
At that, you hit this one. What were you attacking? Your short sword, right?
Short sword,
You
yeah.
go and you stab right at it, and as you do, this thing, it starts to like shake violently and explodes in this bout of steam.
Yeah.
As it does, make a dex saving throw.
Dodge
for me.
15.
You make it and take half damage, so you only take 3 points of fire damage as it explodes in steam, just scalding the side of your face as you're able to turn before it gets into your eyes. So one of these creatures has been vamoosed.
Woohoo.
Eliza is up. Eliza comes back running full tilt. The closest person to her is Pua, and she swings as hard as she can, trying to hit this creature with the frying pan that she has grabbed.
I thought she was gonna try and hit one of us for not
and
saving
she
her.
just manages to hit it with a 10. As she makes contact, I'm gonna say we're gonna do, probably a d6 for this
Isn't
guy.
that the one that was looking crappy? Because I destroyed him.
It is, and as she hits it, same thing. She smacks it, and its form gone. It bursts into a bout of steam. I need you and Eliza to make dex saving throws. Eliza makes it.
I don't.
What'd you make? What'd you roll?
7?
Oh, 7. You're correct. You don't. So you take 8 points of fire damage, as Eliza takes another 4. Eliza's looking rather scalded and not expecting that. Kind of like is just able to hold on to that frying pan too. Cast iron is pretty nice. As it's kind of like her arms flung back, and she takes quite a bit of that as well. That was Eliza. Rin, you are up at the top of the round. There's only one of these creatures left. It is in Benson's face. Its face just kind of sneering with this big nose drooping out in front of it. These tiny little steam wings flapping, seemingly not doing anything, so that there's nothing corporeal there, keeping it in the air. But they're flapping furiously nonetheless. What do you want to do?
I think you know what I want to do.
Whip it.
Would be good.
Then with my point.
A 9 is just gonna miss. Just gonna miss 1 point. As you crack it right near, and Benson kind of winces as this thing is so close to his face that the crack was a hairline from smacking you across the cheek too. That was your action. Anything else you wanted to do?
No.
All right, Pua.
Okay. I am going to. There's still one left, right?
There's just one left. Although it's looking around a little bit shiftily, not necessarily happy that its two companions are no longer there.
Okay. I think at this point I'm going to use my channel divinity, which is preserve life. And with my channel divinity, I can use. I brought it up in here. Hold on. I can use 5 times my cleric level worth the hit points as like a hit point bank and give it to people as I see fit.
Yeah, are you a life cleric?
I am a
Is
life
that- yeah.
cleric. So I'm gonna give myself. Wait, how many of us are there? 5, right?
5.
There are
little
5
Liza,
of
yeah.
you, yes.
I'm going to give us each 2. Yep.
All right. So we
All right.
each agree.
Everyone regains 2 hit points. Explain what this looks like, Pua, because this is a cool thing. This is the first time you're doing your channel divinity.
It is the first time I'm using my channel divinity. So I'm going to hold my holy symbol as always. And it is going to glow. And the way I kind of imagine it is like as I hold it, like a little like glowing orb floats up. And I'll just like make like a flicking motion at it, and it'll split into the pieces towards everybody.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. I will point out, with this channel divinity, you are not supposed to be able to restore a creature to more than half of their hit point max. But at this point, it's the first time you're using it, and I want it to work because this is really cool.
Well, half their hit point max. I don't think anybody's hit point max is 4.
No, restore them to half their hit point max. Oh, wait a minute. This creature can restore a creature to no more. Yeah, so it means if you have 80 hit points, you cannot heal them past 40.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or if you have 8 hit points. I mean, it's going to happen this time. I want it to happen. But just for the future, keep that in mind. So if you have 12 hit points total, then you can heal them up to 6 hit points, but you can't heal them up to 7.
I understand.
So it's really to help those people that are down on their luck.
Well, I figured that me and Eliza were pretty down on our fucking
Eliza
luck.
most certainly appreciates those 2 hit points, yeah. And I'm sure other people might anyway. But everyone can heal 2 hit points. Very cool. Pua, does that end your turn?
Yes.
Benson, this thing is right in front of your face, and at first you can't tell because the steam is all around, but it's definitely whipping its head, trying to find its companions, not being able to. What would you like to do?
Yeah, we're taking another swing at it. We've got both hands on it. We just went through it. We're spinning around and taking another big swing. I
see this being goofy, right? Like you hit and then you literally turn your whole body around to try to smack it. Yeah.
Really on purpose. I've lost all sense of momentum and I'm just spinning.
Go for it. Yeah, roll to attack.
The bigger one.
17 is definitely going to hit. Roll damage on that.
Well, that's
8. Nice. As you do, again, you swing, spinning yourself around and make contact. At this time, you feel your staff blow back as a burst of steam shoots out as you destroy this creature again. Roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
All right.
You do not make it, so you take 4 points of fire damage from this steam. As all enemies seemingly gone, this puddle of steaming water in front of you, as you all make your way back to the road and to Eliza's car. Maybe wishing for a couple of you that you had purchased the poultice that particularly helps with burns and makes them feel better, because you're all feeling a little bit owie boo-booed at this point. But safe, back on the road, back with the car, no one else seemingly around, and that cloud of steam that was above this puddle of water seeming to dissipate rather quickly with these creatures gone. We can go ahead and pick it up there next time. In the rain, on the road. On your last day, this is the day, my friends, that you should make it to the Alderheart.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I had enough of this nature shit.
You know, who likes nature? Very cool. You guys learned some lessons today. Not all funky pools of water are fun, right?
Yeah.
Good life lesson.
They're always interesting.
They're always interesting. I like that. Uh, any final thoughts, my friends, on D&D, on Humblewood, on life, on having cat butts in your face while you're trying to play a game?
My cat's not here. Where did he go?
Oh,
He's
say
not happy.
hello. Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh, there he
He's like, "Whoa."
so unhappy.
I want to
Oh,
apologize
yeah.
to Eliza really bad, but I don't think Q does, so sorry.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well, that's why you're like, I'm gonna push her in. I'm like, ooh, that looks fun, but this says scalding hot water.
I'm so sorry I did into you, Eliza. Oh my God, that was awful.
Oh man.
Very cool. Well, my friends, next time, assuming that you don't die in the first 10 minutes of playing, you will, it seems, make your way to the big city, to the Alderheart, and we'll be able to see what that is all about. Kind of the center of the Humblewood.
Woohoo!
I'm pretty excited. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for playing this game with me every week. I so appreciate it. Thank you, everyone in chat, for chatting and watching and viewing and loving us. I feel that love. And if you're not watching live, but you're still watching, we just love you too. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll be back again, and have a good one. Bye.
Bye.